A big box from New Zealand arrived. Could it be? Could it? Oh, it is. It's the suspension for the Corolla. Hello. In today's video, the Corolla is getting some much needed upgrades. I'm installing coilovers made by MRP from New Zealand. I'm installing upgraded lower ball joints from an AE82, and I'm going to be installing some stickier Bridgestone RE-71R tires. The factory suspension has worked pretty well for everyday driving, but with the 20 valve swap and the car being so much faster, the suspension just can't keep up, particularly in fast transitions. If you transition from left to right, the car has a lot of lean to it and you have to wait for it to actually shift from one side to the other. So I'm hoping these coilovers will help solve that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and get these babies installed in the Corolla and see if it makes it drive a heck of a lot better. Yowzers. So this is the reason why I also needed to get new tires. Alright, so here's the coilover and the original strut side by side. As you can tell, the coilover is much smaller. It's a much more compact unit. One big difference is this has a rubber mount for the shock, while this one has a pillow valve bushing. So far it looks really good. I gotta give a shout out to this tool that I made out of walnut. It's made all the projects so easy on the Corolla. I don't know what I would have done without it. What a wonderful tool. One of the weaknesses with the Corolla AE82 is how narrow the rear wheel wells are. I mean, I struggle fitting a 205 section tire back there, which is why ultimately we went with 195s. But I had MRP put on these adjustable camber plates, so what this will let me do is move the coilover out of the way, so that when the car is lower, it should leave enough room to fit the wheel and tire up in the wheel well. Alright, so we're testing the suspension, just seeing how it feels, seeing if we're going to be rubbing or not. I have it set pretty low right now, so I won't be surprised if it's rubbing. But the only way to find out is to do some aggressive side-to-side turning. Okay. Okay, ready? Here we go, side to side. Well, it's rubbing. All right, back to the garage. All right, this is gonna be take two. I've raised the suspension about ½ an inch. Let's see if that solves the rubbing problem. All right, here we go. Ah, look at that. No more rubbing. Awesome. The MRP coilovers have really changed the look of the Corolla. It's given it a much more aggressive stance. It's taken care of the wheel gap that's on the car. And I really like how the MRPs are so adjustable. I mean, you can adjust how high you want the front to the rear. At first I was worried about setting the height and having it be balanced, but using a caliper, you can set the balance perfect, bang on every time. So the next step is going to be to get it aligned professionally and set some nice aggressive camber and get the wheel straight. Oh, turn it. Phenomenal. I've been driving on the MRP Coilovers for a little over a week now, and I've put together a pros and cons list. The MRP Coilovers have significantly improved the lean of the Corolla. I had already installed thicker sway bars in the front and rear to combat the lean, but the stock springs were just too soft. Look at that dip. But it wasn't just the lean that was improved, but the side-to-side transitions. The Corolla now changes direction quickly without lagging behind steering input. The ride, I would say, is firm. These Bridgestones have a very stiff sidewall and don't have very much give. And the springs are pretty stiff, so it ends up being a little bouncy, but come on, what did you expect? If you want a cushy ride, keep the stock suspension. The adjustable dampers actually do something. When I first took the coilovers for a drive, I had the damper settings in the middle, and it ended up being a super hard ride. It actually scared me into thinking that these coilovers might be too stiff for the street. But after messing with the damper settings, the ride has really smoothed out. So far, the best settings for me have been 2 to 3 clicks from softest in the front, and 2 clicks from softest in the rear. Did I mention that the ride is stiffer? Yeah, I can't think of anything else that's a con. The MRP coilovers have been a great upgrade for the Corolla. The steering is tighter, and the body no longer feels like it's floating. The ride is fine, but I wouldn't go much stiffer than this for street driving, which is what my Corolla does most of the time. Now that I have the suspension squared away, I can start to do some of the engine upgrades. I just don't know where to start. Exhaust system, standalone engine management, or camshafts and valve springs. Let me know which power upgrade you think I should do first in the comments below. Also, I'm giving away a Sushpants t-shirt to 2 random people who include in their comment, "I want a Sushpants t-shirt." Well, alrighty, thanks for watching, and until next time. Hey, did you want to be the first to see the next Sushpants video? Make sure to hit the bell next to the subscribe button so that way you get notified.